the time replacing it.
In February of 2025, the Skin Cancer Foundation wrote an article that stated over 95,000 people are diagnosed with skin cancer every day, but 2 people die every hour. Think about that. Probably should use some sun protection. We need to be aware of the effects the radiation has on our bodies. Being out in the sun isn't a bad or a good thing, but there are definitely risks, and not knowing how your body handles sun rays could potentially lead to you getting one of the over 5 million types of non-melanoma skin cancer and lead to early signs of aging. I'm going to be discussing how much sun our bodies can handle in a day, the precautions to take and or use when being out all day, and what the UV rays are actually doing under the surface of your skin. When you're out in the blazing sun, watching your kids, or just soaking up the rays for a nice tan, our bodies still have limits, and we need to know them. Getting vitamin D is essential to our health, but our bodies will let us know when they've had enough UV rays for the day. You might notice that you're getting a little lightheaded, sweating a lot, and you're really thirsty. Those are signs that you definitely should get inside and get a nice drink and just cool off. The other obvious ways to tell that you've had enough sun is a sunburn, because we've all had them. We all know what they are. Everyone has had at least a few sunburns in their lives, and we've all regretted not taking the extra precautions to at least lower the chances on getting one, or at least not to make it so severe. With that being said, everyone is affected differently based on their skin tones and skin types. On April 20th, 2022, an article from Get Well Urgent Care stated darker skin tones are less prone to absorb UV rays because it takes longer. Unlike fair skin tones like myself, we need to take extra steps in preventing sunburn and to be safe because of our sensitive skin. We all know the different ways to prevent sunburn, but do we know how they actually work? Hats, sunscreens, umbrellas, and UV-resistant clothing are ways we can all assist our bodies in fighting off the harmful rays. Sun hats and umbrellas are a great way to stay in the shade and reflect off some of the UV rays from you. Although you need the right ones, because yes, a ball cap will protect your eyes and the top of your head, but overall, you really want something with a wide brim like a straw hat or a cowboy hat to make sure your entire face and neck can be shielded. And I want to ask you guys, what is the lowest SPF that you guys use, usually?
15.
30. It usually is 50.
15. Maybe 50.
Okay.
Depending where I'm at.
Protective girl. Sunscreen is one of the most important factors when it comes to preserving your skin. The Skin Cancer Foundation found a study that shows if you use SPF 15 daily, you are decreasing your risk of skin cancer by 40% if used correctly. So you guys are doing pretty good. Good job. At least you guys are staying safe. UPF clothing is another great way to get that extra protection when you're at the beach or having a fun lake day. You do still need to wear sunblock though, but for those little kids and extra sensitive to the sun people, it is a great option. You know exactly how much UV rays are allowed through the clothes. For example, if the clothing has a UPF of 15, it is blocking 93% of the rays.
That's awesome.
I know, it's a pretty cool fact. When the UV rays actually do end up penetrating your skin, what is the reaction it causes? When your skin gets exposed to sunlight, there are many different reactions happening in the body. First, I'm going to talk about an essential nutrient that we all need in our lives to survive. Vitamin D. It supports your immune system, your brain function, and it ensures you have healthy, strong bones in order for our body to create calcium, and there needs to be enough vitamin D. Another reaction to UV rays is the breakdown of elastin in the cells. Elastin is a fiber in the skin that prevents sagging, bruising, and stretching. Over time, when they start to deteriorate, that's when you start to see what people call signs of early aging. There have been studies showing many beneficial effects to people's mental and physical health. It increases serotonin, which boosts people's mood. Sun exposure can also help treat eczema, jaundice, and psoriasis. Overall, the sun is a useful and loving tool if used correctly. It can help with mental and physical health if used in moderation, precautions of not being overexposed to ultraviolet rays. Go enjoy your summer, soak up some rays, and be aware of the effects and take precautions.